we have just signed Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, and that for me is a brilliant, brilliant signing. How will Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang be remembered at Arsenal? Not going to be remembered on the same levels as this guy, but do you know what? It's a real mixed one. I mean, came in, I remember it was a January transfer window, hit the ground running, scored loads of goals, won a golden boot, helped to win us the FA Cup with his goals in the semi-final and the final. But then after that, it all went a bit sour. Fell out with the manager, got stripped of the captaincy, ended up leaving the club under a little bit of a cloud. And it's a real interesting one. So how will he be remembered? First of all, let's go over to James, and he's going to break down his 4 years at Arsenal Football Club.
So just how good were Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang's numbers for Arsenal? Pretty staggering. Before we go into it, we need to understand why we paid the £60 million to bring him in from Borussia Dortmund in January 2018. A deal that Arsenal don't typically do, certainly Arsene Wenger doesn't do. A, spend that kind of money, but B, do it in the January window. As we've just seen in the last window, we're not always too keen to spend in that month. But we did. We brought in Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Was this Arsene Wenger's parting gift for Arsenal, giving us, you know, another top striker, world-class striker in the number 14 shirt? And even, I mean, you reminisce over some of his numbers, and I was looking back, and actually they were staggering from the off. In his only first 14 Premier League games, 10 goals. He started on fire. I believe he got 5 assists as well. So what an amazing start he made. I think it was something like 70 goals and 21 assists in his first 2.5 years. All of that contributing towards the famous FA Cup win, which we're going to talk about. But let's just mention what I just said. 70 goals and 21 assists. That's 91 goal contributions in his first 110 games for Arsenal. That is phenomenal numbers. Let's break down how he helped us win the FA Cup. Let's talk about the highlight of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang's career as an Arsenal player. Hell, captain. He was the captain at the time, which I think is what makes it so special. And that is the FA Cup win. That is his performances at Wembley in the semi-final and the final of the FA Cup against City and Chelsea. 2 in the semi-final against Man City. Some great finishes, especially that one where Pepe's whipped it to the back post. He just kind of gets a side foot on it. Yeah, amazing. Sends us to Wembley for the final. And against Chelsea, pressurised penalty, slots it away, and then 1-1 with Kurt Zouma, and then chips over Caballero. That will go down as one of the great FA Cup final goals. It's such a shame we didn't have a packed crowd to celebrate it and go mad for it, because you just know the Arsenal fans would have. As an Arsenal fan, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang gave me one of my happiest moments winning that FA Cup in what was a really dark sort of couple months, 4 or 5 months at that time. He won the FA Cup. Part of his charm was also dropping it when he was trying to lift it to celebrate it. We loved every moment of that. You know, a big thank you to Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang for giving us such a special moment as Arsenal fans. It was part of the reason why we then started talking about these big contract talks and, you know, sign him up, whatever it's going to take, give him whatever he wants. And things didn't go quite right after that, which is a shame because he gave us that really special FA Cup moment. But let's talk about where it did start to go wrong after that. So here we are on the Ken Fryer Bridge, where on display are pictures of plenty former Arsenal captains. The story of the Arsenal captaincy and the armband hasn't always ended too well. You look at the Granit Xhaka situation, William Gallas, and we can go on. And it's sad to say that Aubameyang's tenure as captain of Arsenal isn't ending too much better. What I can say though, if you're looking in terms of his numbers, there was a dip in the last 18 months. 22 goals in 59 games. Doesn't even sound too bad. I mean, that's over 1 in every 3 games. It's not about the goal scoring record though. It's more about the general performance. Now, I'll say this, he never stopped giving his all. The work rate was always there. I don't think Arsenal fans ever questioned that. But I think as Mikel Arteta started to stamp his authority more on the team and play the kind of football he wanted, that position up front was so crucial in terms of dropping into midfield, combining, playing a very selfless role. We're seeing Lacazette do it at the moment. Often doesn't get in too many goal scoring positions, and when he does, we're talking 1 or 2 chances a game. Arsenal also not being too good at what it is we've been trying to do. You know, we have finished 8th the last 2 seasons. We're kind of hovering between 4th and 6th at the moment. That's all played a part. We don't create many chances a game. If there's one thing strikers need, it's serves, especially a striker like Aubameyang. How is he going to be remembered at Arsenal? That's the big question. At one point, people were talking about legendary status. Said himself he wanted to be a legend. Is that still intact? Is the FA Cup win enough? Or was he, dare I say, I don't think this myself, when you're talking about a culture change, did he need to be a part of that? I don't think so. Maybe some people do. I don't know. We're going to ask the fans. Cecil's been out on the road asking people what they think. I'm going to give my thoughts too. I'm going to go find him now and give him my thoughts. Let's see what everyone has to say.
As an Arsenal fan, how will you remember Aubameyang?
A legend, to be honest. When he got disrespected, thrown out of the dressing room for whatever reason, argument with Arteta. But to me, he's an Arsenal legend. He did deserve the send-off that he didn't get, unfortunately. But brilliant player, one of the best we've had since Alexis Sanchez in his prime, to be honest.
I'm going to look at the good times with Aubameyang. I think he's been a good signing for us. Fantastic for the first few seasons, but unfortunately, like a few of our superstars, towards the end of their Arsenal career, you can look back at Sanchez, Ozil, and now Aubameyang. It's not been quite the way you wanted it to end. But, you know, listen, all good things come to an end, and I'm disappointed how it's finished, if I'll be honest, but I'm going to go with many highlights from what I think of him and everything like that. And do you know what? I wish him all the best at Barcelona. I've got no ill feelings to him whatsoever.
I will remember Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang as a godsend when he first arrived at Arsenal in that January window 4 years ago. Prolific goal scorer. You know, hot property.
FA Cup final.
Yeah, is that one of your moments?
Yeah, when he took it past him, left foot, bottom corner, unbelievable. He was a good player, scoring a lot of goals, and yeah, well, impressive, you know.
Yeah. What do you like most about him or his game?
Proactive. He's out, you know, doing what he needs to do and to score the goals and get us winning.
Yeah. Big fan.
I'm unashamedly a fan. Some would say fanboy. I wouldn't put it quite that far. I'm too old to be a fanboy. But listen, I was a big admirer of Aubameyang. I would say after Henry, since Henry anyway, he's probably been my favourite player at the club. Listen, man, he was just, for me, he epitomised everything that was good about Arsenal. You know what I mean? Natural goal scorer, played with great enthusiasm, played with a smile, always very welcoming to the fans, to the media. Just seems like an all-round good guy, man. And obviously I was saddened.
Always remember him as my hero. Golden Boot, win us FA Cups, and yeah, always our best striker.
One of so far the Emirates era's best players. I think he'll be up there for me, top 2 or 3. I won't say what number, but he's up there. He's up there. Look, love the guy. Shame how it ended. And by the way, my thoughts might change as we find out more about what went wrong or whatever. I'm not going to look past that. But for what we know, I think ultimately I just want to thank him for his goals, his kind of commitment, and that FA Cup, because that FA Cup was really special.
Overall, I think he was one of the best players of the Emirates era. Off the top of my head, I'd probably say top 3, if not top 2. Reason being, I look overall impact coming in, what he helped us achieve with that FA Cup, 2 goals against City in the semi-final, 2 goals against Chelsea in the final. The contract made sense at the time. Obviously hindsight's a beautiful thing, but it is what it is. Started the season a goal against Liverpool Community Shield. It all went pear-shaped from there, but when you look at the Emirates era and you look at the big names, the big players that have played across the years at Arsenal, one thing tends to happen, and that's their exit tends to ruin anything they've done for the club. From Ozil to Sanchez to Van Persie, they left the club that, in a way, that kind of ruined the bond they had with fans. Whereas Auba, although sad, the ending, I don't think it's ruined his relationship with the fans. It certainly hasn't ruined it for me.
Definitely his goal in the North London derby. That win against Spurs 4-2, where Torreira also scored. And I think one of my favourite, because he scored this goal on my birthday, the semi-final goal against City, and which put us through to the finals, and then we won it. So yeah, definitely. And I mean, I think just when he came, I knew he was going to be amazing. So yeah, he was always exciting, and it is sad to see him go.
So we've heard from a few fans, and as a fan myself, I just want to give a message and to say thank you, Aubameyang. Thank you for all the good times. I loved you as a player. Coming from Borussia Dortmund and scoring 10 goals in half a season, to then going on to score 22 goals in back-to-back seasons and winning a Golden Boot. You single-handedly got us the FA Cup and Community Shield. I have to say a big thank you. And what I love so much about you is just the way you embraced everyone. You played with a smile. That was my main thing. You played every time with a smile. And when, like I said, you embraced people so well, including myself. When we met, it was pure good energy, and you've done that for so many fans. So thank you so much. And I know the story didn't end probably the way you wanted to, but I want to say good luck at Barcelona and big up my G.
So, what do you think? How will you remember him? I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments. I mean, for me personally, I really liked him as a player. I thought he was brilliant. He was exciting. He scored goals. I'm not sure if he should really have been the captain. He was a free spirit. He's a guy that you want to let go and play. And maybe the captaincy was a bit of a burden for him. But I'm going to remember him fondly as a guy that really did connect with the fans. I mean, I always remember that time over in Singapore when he turned around to troops and said, blood clot young, and how that made troops feel.
Blood clot, yeah. Tell him, Mikey, come on, did not know already.
And how he made fans feel in general. Also, I remember meeting him one time over in Italy. I went to the F1 over there.
Look who I've run into. Yes, here we are with my man. Yes, Robbie. Troops, blood clot. Where's troops? Where's troops? I'm on my blood clot, yeah.
And he had so much time for me, and he spoke so fondly about Arsenal, and I really got the impression of a guy that loved this football club. He really did love it. But listen, this is football. These things happen. Managers fall out with players. Players fall out with managers. Players leave football clubs. We're still here. We're Arsenal fans. We ain't going nowhere. But how will you remember Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang? For me personally, I remember him fondly. I hope he has a continued successful career. But right now, it's all about the Arsenal. It's all about the badge.
4-1-3.
Go get it! Go on, check! Go on!
And what can I say? Hopefully we can see us soon